Hello, guys. I have the privilege of being invited for a second time to CRTV to talk about back health and my journey to a healthier back. So, you know the drill. First of all, makeup, and then I was directed to the showroom. Now, sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, there you go, beautiful one. The 13th edition. Good thing the youth are being occupied, and it's also a way to share a bond and build a beautiful camaraderie. It is good for the society and the healthy society and the well-being of our tomorrow. And to talk about wellness and holistic health and all about that, we have some great persons here with us, and I am going to start because we have two ladies and a gentleman, but I'm going to start with the single pair, okay, and then we'll follow suit. And I have here with me, I should say, she is Nwana Hilary, and she's here to talk about some very pertinent things, and maybe my posture is going to tell me otherwise, but she's going to tell me something great. Good morning, welcome to Born Weekend.
Good morning.
She is an author and orthopedic PT, that is physical therapist, a wellness advocate affiliated with the National Order of Physical Therapists in Cameroon, and she recently authored a book, My Journey to a Healthier Back, and we're going to dwell on that. Let's start with Nwana Hilary. Like I said, she's an orthopedic physical therapist. Before we do on your book, what's your story?
I have been passionate about back health because this is something which we are constantly neglecting, but is a silent killer. Our backs are a pillar for us. They are like the foundation of the house. Once there's a problem with our back, everything is unstable. Yet it's something we are constantly neglecting until things start arising. So I decided to focus on our back health. That way I can raise awareness to the back health. That way more people can start taking care of their backs and ensure better health.
Now you talked in your introduction, or when I read a bit about your background, you said you talked about wellness, holistic health, and movement sciences. Could you tell us more about one of those three key words?
When I talk about holistic wellness, I'm talking about health in its totality, globally, when I talk about holistic health. Most people think that the moment I'm ill, the only person who's qualified to take care of me is the doctor, the medical doctor. And we are in a society where physical therapy is not yet seen with high regard. So when I speak about holistic health, I'm trying to call attention to the fact that treatment is not all about oral medications. You can equally treat yourself by something as simple as movement, something as simple as posture. That's the reason why you see I mentioned holistic health.
Talking about posture, I was wondering if we are seated.
Oh no, you're perfect.
All right, I'm on track now. Let's talk about the book, my journey to a healthier back. What does it address exactly?
So while writing this book, I had the Cameroonian audience in mind. Specifically the Cameroonian audience because our sociocultural environment influences how we treat our bodies. For example, if you ask a man to lift up a heavy load and he says, no, I'm not going to lift up this load because it's bad for my back, they're going to say he's weak. And we are in a society where men feel like I need to eat and be huge in order to inspire respect. But that excess weight is harmful for the back. That's the reason why I wrote this book specifically with for the Cameroonian audience. And that's the reason why it's different from any book you're going to meet on the internet or at any store concerning back health. Because this one is generic, this one is specifically for us. And it was inspired by my patients. So I used their stories in order to write this book.
My beautiful one there. So I talked about my posture, myth or truth, how we walk, how we sit, does it affect our back in the long run?
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to see, someone is going to say, I've been sitting like this for years, I've not had any problem. The risky or the tricky thing about the back is you see the outcome later in life. Simple movements which you're doing today may not affect you, but you're going to see later in life. You're constantly carrying heavy load on your head, slouched, carrying heavy things on your back and all of that. You're not doing exercises, you're having a sedentary lifestyle, eating an unbalanced diet which is not rich in calcium, which is good for the bones. People just do that and they're going to see the outcome in their old age. And that's the reason why back pain, I usually say back pain is not something which is built overnight. It's something which has been developing for years and we see the outcome in our old age. That's the reason why I'm trying to raise awareness now. And when I'm raising awareness, I'm equally speaking, I'm equally preaching to the youth. And the funny thing is sometimes the youth might not be interested because they're like, I don't have any problem with my back, I'm good, but the little things they're doing right now, they're going to see the repercussions later in the future.
Where can we get this book? And we can see some of the pictures on the screen. Nwana, Hilary, My Journey to a Healthier Back. Thank you for stopping by. Very subtle, very demure, very mature. Meaning that's how your back is going to feel right after talking to this physical therapist. Thank you for stopping by. We wish you a lovely weekend. This might interest you because it is some sort of movement science as well. But this time it is Chibo acupuncture. Ever heard of it? Okay, perfect. These are the specialists in Cameroon. They are all nurses, both of them, and
I hope you enjoyed the video, so see you next time.